Hey there, everyone. Okay, I'm going live here too. Hi. Blessed Monday, everyone. I'm going to share about the idea of why being wild is so important. So I'm on Instagram, hi, as well as on Facebook and a whole bunch of different places. And today, Monday, happy Monday, everybody. I want to share about a couple of things that are coming up and also about these ideas that play leads to possibility and that pleasure leads to problem solving. How can that be? Good morning. So for those of you that are live right now, if you want to go ahead and share in the chat where you're tuning in from, that would be great. Hello, Instagram. Hey to all the folks on Facebook and YouTube. And hey, Ahmed. Hey, Valerie. I see some folks on Instagram. Hello. I just got back from being out off grid on the land for the last 3 days. It was so good. Hello, state of Oregon. Yay. And hi from the UK. Hello. And I'm happy to be back in town and plugging in. Hey, Beth. And getting ready for our Warrior Goddess Wild Challenge, which comes up tomorrow. So tomorrow we start the Warrior Goddess Wild Challenge. Everybody's invited. It's a free 7-day challenge where we go through every day, get a little video and a little teaching and a practice so that together we can really explore how to tap into our pleasure and our play. Hey there. And one of the things why I just love the Warrior Goddess Wild Challenge so much is that it's perfect for spring, for kind of emerging from the winter and shaking off the gray and getting in touch with how do we bring more play even to the serious, challenging times, and how do we embody pleasure so that we can open into better problem solving. Because what I know, hey, Doreen, what I know is that when we get really serious, when we start to clamp down on our energy and try and push and force and make things happen, that we lose our connection to our intuition, to our creativity, to possibilities and seeing things from a new way. And so part of what the Warrior Goddess Wild Challenge is about is helping each of us to have bite-sized ways to reconnect to our sense of play and our sense of pleasure, which leads us into being more open to possibility and to also having the capacity to create space inside of ourselves for the answers to whatever problems we're navigating to drop in. I just had that experience this weekend where I went up to, I was off grid and with my dog and with my partner, and we were hanging out and cooking and going for hikes and playing with the dog, and places that I've been stuck and I'm not sure what to do, all the answers started dropping in. And it's because I allowed myself to play and to have just the pleasure of sitting. Oh my God, this was the best. The pleasure of, this is my idea of like high pleasure, sitting outside. I hiked up to the upper meadow of the land. The mountains are all around on the west side. And I leaned up against a tree and I had this huge field in front of me and I read. I'm currently reading my friend Sophie Strand's book to do an endorsement. It's so good, people. Oh my gosh, it was the best. And so I sat out there probably for an hour, perched against a tree, reading, and just every once in a while I put the phone down and just integrate and open to the beauty around me. And that was the most pleasurable thing. I love reading outside. It's the best. So when we give ourselves permission, and so much around play and pleasure is around permission, that we can then rest into being held by something larger than us, rest into nature, rest into, the beauty around us, and see what wants to be born, see what wants to be created from that connection. And pleasure is our birthright. It's not something that we have to earn. It's not something that we have to wait until, well, when I do all these things, then I can give myself pleasure. So that's what the Warrior Goddess Wild Challenge is about. It is bite-sized ways for us to come back into relationship with our natural state, which is around play and pleasure. And that what arises out of that is a deeper connection to spirit, to the divine, to creator, whatever you want to call that life force energy that moves through all of us, deeper connection to our own creativity and our own love, our own unconditional love for ourselves and for others. So would love you to join me for Warrior Goddess Wild. Starts tomorrow. Yes, feeling connected with ourselves. Exactly. So good. Yay. Beautiful for those of you that have already signed up. If you haven't signed up for Warrior Goddess Wild, again, it's all free, 7-day challenge, and we will be journeying together. I'll be journeying with you as well because I love doing challenges. And it is you can sign up wildwitchywise.com. wildwitchywise.com. If you just type that into your URL, wildwitchywise.com, you will see the reg page for the challenge, and all you have to do is enter your email, boom, and click, and you will be in the Warrior Goddess Wild Challenge. Yay! And again, so let me answer the 2 questions that I posed this morning. So this is me holding my phone as I do Instagram Live, because we're doing both Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. So how is it? It's wildwitchywise.com. Wildwitchywise.com. Here, let me stick it in here. Wildwitchy. So for those of you that are on Instagram, it is available if you go to my profile bio link, whatever that thing is, you can click on it there. So there's the link. You are so welcome. Wild Witchy Wise. Perfect. So click on that. You can go sign up right now. And tomorrow morning, the first lesson will come out. There's 7 lessons. It's so beautiful. And little bite-sized activities to do during the day to give us guidance and support as we go through integrating more play and pleasure into our lives. So one of the questions that I kind of posed this morning as I was doing this, prepping for this live, was this idea of how does play open us into possibilities? Our mind, if you've noticed, your mind tends to look for worst case scenarios or things that won't work. So a lot of times our minds are wired to look for what's not working. It's in a way the way that we're wired to look for danger. And that when we start to play, when we start to do things, even that our mind is like, that's not serious, that's not going to solve any of the problems that you've got, that's not opening into new possibilities, that's just being immature. What I always say is thank you, mind, for sharing. Thank you for trying to keep me safe or whatever you're doing. And then just put your mind aside. Like, your mind's going to do whatever your mind is going to do. It's your body that knows how to play. And in your body is so much wisdom. When we connect to play, what we're connecting to is our wild, witchy wisdom, what I call our wild, witchy wisdom. And that wisdom that is inside of us actually gets unlocked when we play. Because we get out of our heads, we get out of what we think we know, we get out of the old agreements. We're no longer living from the past of where we've been. And we stop thinking about what's supposed to happen in the future from a mental place. Instead, we drop into the present. When we play, we are absolutely in the present. We get lost in that moment and allow our joy to bubble up as we're playing, whatever play is for you. So there's no definition of what play is. What's play for you? What feels playful? And yeah, exactly. Someone just wrote, hi, I think I've forgotten how to be playful and I can't wait to begin to feel playful and excited again. Yeah. And it's easy to forget how to be playful when we're figuring out how to pay the rent, when we are navigating difficult relationships, when there are hard projects at work. I mean, all the things that get us pulled down into survival and just figuring things out, it limits our capacity to see what else we could be doing. So when we start to step back and give ourselves permission and ask, what would bring a sense of joy? Yeah, being an adult, exactly. Being an adult in general tends to make us serious. Play helps us in so many ways. It helps to break apart old patterns and habits. It helps to stir up our creative juices. It helps us to feel more alive. And again, there's no definition of what play should look like. I know some things that for my friends are like wonderful ways to play. I'm not interested in. That's great. I love that they love playing that way. And what's wonderful in play for me may not make sense or be fun for anybody else. But play brings a sense of lightness and joy and exploration and curiosity. It brings you back into connection with your wild self, with the part of you that just says, let's try something. I don't need to do it right. It doesn't have to be perfect. Let me just try something. And that we go out and explore and be willing to make mistakes. That is play. Mm-hmm. Yeah, playing with art supplies and taking dance breaks. Exactly. Yes. So part of the Warrior Goddess Wild Challenge is we have PDFs every day. So there's a little teaching, there's a focus, and this is what's so fabulous about the Warrior Goddess Wild challenges and why I love doing challenges is that for 7 days, you can stay focused and every day have a task and a focus to bring into your day. And they build on each other. You can really join anytime. So if you're watching the video later and it's like day 3 of Warrior Goddess Wild Challenge, jump in because all the previous videos are also available to you. And then you can catch up with where we are in the current video. So 7 little videos and teachings, and there's PDFs of particular tasks that you do. And I give lots of ideas of try this. Here's another thing you can do. Here's what we can open into. Okay. And the other thing that pleasure opens us up into is more possibilities. So when we give ourselves, again, permission to have more pleasure in our lives, when I talk about pleasure, sometimes people immediately jump to, oh, that means sexual pleasure, because we've so decided there's only one place sometimes you're allowed to have pleasure. That's if you're being sexual. I am talking about pleasure in all the ways. So the pleasure of a beautiful color that you're wearing, the pleasure of brushing your own hair or having somebody else brush your hair, the pleasure of a color, I'm doing colors today, out in the garden, like the new green of the buds coming up. So the pleasure of smells. Yesterday was such a beautiful, playful, and pleasurable moment for me. I went to a friend's house that lives up by the land, and she taught me how to make lotion. Oh my God, it was so amazing. Geranium scented, oil infused lotion. And I used it today after my shower. Yum. And making it was pleasurable. Being with my friend in the kitchen and doing something together was pleasurable. Us laughing. And today getting to use something that I made on my skin. My skin's so happy. Yeah. So pleasure can be in all sorts of ways. So let's do a quick hi, everyone. It's so fun. So let's do a quick kind of check-in. Camilo. And the question is this: what little pleasure could you do today? So as we get ready for the Warrior Goddess Wild Challenge, and everybody's invited to the challenge. So if you are brand new to me and you've never met me before, hi, doesn't matter what gender you are, where you are in your life stages, how old you are, everybody's welcome to Warrior Goddess Wild Challenge. All you have to do to sign up is wildwitchywise.com, wildwitchywise.com. So go check it out there. All you have to do is stick your email address in. It's free, 7 days. Everybody is invited. And there'll be 7 days of little videos and teaching starting tomorrow. You can join anytime. So if you're watching this video later, jump on over wildwitchywise.com and join. All right, so here's a quick pleasure as we quick pleasure. That's good too. A quick question as we start to get ready for Warrior Goddess Wild is name one thing that brings you pleasure. Yeah, playing with your granddaughter. Yes. What's one thing that brings you pleasure? Giving myself a foot massage. I love it. Going on a hike. Yep. Yay, yay, yay. What else? Oh, hi, Jane. I love it. Exactly. I was a problem with taking care of myself. The animals and biz takes all my energy. And you're playing a lot with your animals, but how do you weave in pleasure and play just for you that's not connected to your business? Yeah. And that's not easy to do. I know, because pottery, ooh, that's good. I used to be very like work centered. I mean, I still work a lot and I love working, but I used to be like very serious, many, many, many hours a day on the computer doing things, lots of stress. And I realized I was actually harming myself. And that energy was also going into my business because I was stressed out. I was in this serious, like, I have to make this work. And it was also impacting my health and my energy. And so when I started learning how to take breaks, to go outside and just stand and listen to the wind, another pleasurable. Yeah, take yoga breaks, dancing, making pictures of the flowers and food I will have in my garden this year. I love it. Hi. Yeah, I know. And it's not easy. That's why 5-minute pleasure breaks, people. Okay. Yeah. 5-minute pleasure breaks. And this is, again, the Warrior Goddess Wild Challenge. It's really bite sized because I know we're all busy, but we also create the excuse of like, oh, I'm too busy. I can't. I'll do that later. But guess what, loves? Later doesn't come. Have you ever noticed that? We stay grinding rather than trying something new. So, Gloria, yeah, singing, exactly. One of my favorite things too. And taking just a 5-minute, put on your favorite song, move your body, sing a nursery rhyme out to a tree. I mean, just do anything that feels like it would be fun. Listening to the birds in the morning. Yeah, listen to the new band of my favorite, the new album of my favorite band. Yeah, take time. And later is now, exactly. Here's something that I learned. I was working with a fabulous woman around voice and around helping to free up the voice. And one of the things that we talked about is this idea of really listening, really listening. So listening to the birds in the morning, listening to your favorite song or a new song. And what would it be like if you got yourself super comfortable and turned the music up or put it on your headphones and just let yourself listen, and that's it. Close your eyes and just fully listen. That's pleasurable instead of multitasking. Oh, I love it. I was in Vegas last week. That is my break. Cheap meals and fun with peers. Good. That's fun. Jade, my horses do try to tell me this. Yes, they know how to play, right? For sure. I love it. Yeah. Little bitty breaks, weave them in. If you need extra support, come play with me over the next 7 days as we do the Warrior Goddess Wild Challenge. And animals are some of the best teachers around pleasure and play, for sure. They're constantly reminding us. I know my dog, Demi Goddess, is like, hey, what are you doing? Why are you still at the computer? Let's go. Come on, come on. She's learning Frisbee. She's getting really good at Frisbee. And it's a joy to go watch her having joy and then reminding myself as well, let's play. I'll have to take some videos of her with her Frisbee. It's fun. Yeah, animal and children, thank you. Children remind us how to play as well. And we don't have to. Part of the Warrior Goddess Wild Challenge is helping us undo the agreements that we've created around adulting, what it means to adult. Because often adulting we've equated with seriousness, with grinding down, with pushing, with making stuff happen, with never stopping. And, you know, part of the agreements all of us are navigating in the West, especially, is this agreement that is the Protestant work ethic. So those of us that are in the United States was built on something called the Protestant work ethic. And basically the Protestant work ethic is you have to work hard. If you work hard and you keep working hard, maybe you'll get into heaven. There was this belief, this religious belief, that in order to get into heaven, you had to work your way to get there. Now, I believe heaven is here. This planet is already filled with so much beauty and magic and mystery and awe, and we miss it if we're constantly working. So that's what we get to do, is learn how to bring ourselves into the present so that we can bring in more pleasure and play and bring heaven here. Now, Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So we don't miss it. Because we are so blessed every single day. Every single day we are so blessed. So let's bring in more play and pleasure so that we can use that to get more present, to be more in our senses, to be more grounded in this moment, to honor the life that we're in, and to bring in pleasure so that we feed and love this animal. We are animals, and animals need play and pleasure in order to really thrive. And these bodies are animals, so we also need pleasure and play. And that doesn't negate, I think there's also a fear of like, well, if I become too animal, then I will be completely wild and I won't be tameable. We're still human. And we can bring in more of our animal self connected to our human, connected to our divine. It's one of my favorite trinities, is this idea that each of us is a beautiful blend of animal, human, and divine. The human is our connecting and tending to ourselves and others. Our animals are instinct and that place of pleasure and play and being wild, doing new things, exploring. And that connection to the divinity is our wise. It's our connection to our own wisdom and guidance. Mm-hmm. In the line of fire, I ride my mini electric bike down Venice Beach, boardwalk singing. I love it. Here's to never growing up, but it's still too cold in California for the boardwalk, but it's coming, right? So exciting. I actually walked out today in just a dress instead of my big wool coat and, all my things. I was like, oh my gosh, spring's coming. Here's the view out my window right now for Instagram folks. I have lilacs right out my office window and they're gonna bloom. Beautiful, Beth. I was blessed to get to work with children at a pediatric dental office for 12 years, which enabled me to connect with and encourage to play with my inner child. I love that. That's so great. Oh, I love it. Yeah. So do something playful today. If you're wanting more support, if you want to be part of a community that's exploring these ideas of pleasure and play, the Warrior Goddess Wild Challenge starts tomorrow. It runs March 7th through the 13th. 7 days, little videos that come in the morning via email, and also teachings and a PDF that you can download to have a little task, which is nice. So a little bitty task each day. I'll be joining with you as well. I'll be doing lives. I think I'm doing a live tomorrow. I'll be doing irregular lives throughout the challenge. I think I have 3 of them set up so that I'll be coming on and we can be sharing and talking more about the Warrior Goddess Wild Challenge. It's going to be 71. I love it. Yeah. So join. wildwitchywise.com is the URL, wildwitchywise.com. If you're listening to this recording later, hi, you can join anytime. So go ahead and jump over to that URL and join Warrior Goddess Wild. It's free. I look forward to spending time with you as well. Yay. Yeah, it's good. I feel like I am emerging from a hard winter. That was a good winter. I was very, very focused on writing a book. And I just turned the book into the editor last week. I'm so happy. So today, I love it. I love spending time with you as well. Yeah, I know. Bring on spring. Hi, Malia. Yes, it's coming. So if you want to come play Warrior Goddess Wild, you can join wildwitchywise.com. It's free, 7 days of videos and ideas. I'll be joining along with you. It's really fun to do something in community. And we'll also be sharing about our experiences on Facebook. So you can also join there. Also, being part of the Warrior Goddess Wild, I always do amazing, fun, joyful giveaways. So if you join Wild Witchy Wise, you'll also be in a drawing to win some stuff. I always do fun things. So one of the things that we'll do is we'll do a giveaway every day. And what I'll do is give away a book, a signed book, as well as a little gift that we'll put in the mail with you. Hey, Valerie. I always love playing with you. So thanks everyone for joining me live today, whether you are on YouTube or Facebook or on the Instagram. Hello. What? Hi, Starling. Yara is 27 today. How is that even possible? I love it. Oh my gosh. Happy Mama Day to you. That's so great. All right, sweets. Amazing. I hope to see you starting tomorrow. Yeah, that's crazy. I hope to see you in California sometime too, Starling. I miss you. And I know I haven't been great at connecting because life, but yay. Hi. Glad to see you here or connect with you here. Thank you. Yeah, I hope you all have a lovely day as well. For those of you that are in the Warrior Goddess Circle, just a quick reminder that those of you that are part of the Warrior Goddess Training Circle, tonight is State of the Revolution. So I'll see you tonight for State of the Revolution. And great. And for those of you that want to come join, starting tomorrow, Warrior Goddess Wild, we'll be doing giveaways, gifts, book signings, all sorts of fun things, some grand prize. Bye-bye. And I'll be popping in live, and you can also join the challenge at wildwitchywise.com. Blessings. Take good care. Mwah. Bye to IG and bye YouTube and Facebook folks. All my love to you. Hope that you have a beautiful day and go enjoy whatever the weather is like, whatever your mood is like. See if you can tap into a couple minutes even of pleasure. Because we need you creative. We need you flexible. And all of us, not you, all of us, present, flexible, open, ready for anything. And that's really what pleasure and play gives us, is incredible resilience and flexibility and connection to our creativity. So more of that. Bye, loves.